Greetings, Helmet friends. It is Wednesday, so we're doing some TGIW. Thank God it is Wednesday. Going over what I've picked up for new comic book day. So last week was big. I was hoping for a bit smaller week, and it is a bit smaller. I guess I was hoping for a lot smaller, but I got a bit smaller. But it's reasonable. A total of 9 books. I thought I was going to get off easier, so I go to 2 shops. I have my pull file split between 2 shops, and the first shop that I went to today, I had 2 books there, and what I usually do is I scan the wall to get an idea of what I'm going to have at the other store. Just I don't know why I'm going to be there in like 15 minutes, but I just scan the wall just to have an idea of like, okay, this is what I can expect at the other store. So I got the 2 books at the one shop, and I scanned the wall, and like, okay, 1, 2, 3. It looks like I got 3 books at the other shop. I was like, this is going to be nice. 5 books. But then I forget that, like, it's at the other shop that I get all this weird indie stuff. Not weird indie stuff, but some indie stuff that usually doesn't make it to the wall. So this was a week that had a number of those. So I ended up, instead of only getting 3 books at the other shop, there were 7. Oops. But all great stuff. All stuff I'm super excited about. All right, let's start with these 2. Alien number 2. What's going on in this one? So there is a elite squad of synths that are being sent to a place that's overrun with xenomorphs, and they've been tasked with getting an egg. The egg is to be used for, I don't know, nefarious purposes. Is what else would you do? Oh, well, actually, know what? No, I think it's something like there's something they think that they can use it, or at least they say they can use it to cure something. But anyway, the main idea is this group of super synth elite soldiers being sent to an overrun planet to get an egg. Next is Predator 3. So it's kind of fun getting both Alien and Predator in the same week. But this continues the story of Theta, who is someone who survived a predator attack as a girl and has since gone on to hunt predators. She has gotten a set of predator armor and weapons and hunts predators, which I think is a super cool idea. But this isn't a story about her hunting a predator. It's more about the predators hunting her. Like they know what she's been up to, and they don't like it, so they're trying to take her out. Guilty Pleasure, Mad Balls versus Garbage Pail Kids. Man, I love this. But every time I read this, I think about the Garbage Pail Kids cards that I had and the Mad Balls toys that I had, and wish that I still had them. And it gets me thinking about, like, man, I need to go on eBay and get that part of my childhood back, because I love that stuff. But the comic has been fun, if anything, for triggering that nostalgia. It's corny, it's dumb, it's weird, but it is a whole lot of fun. So if you grew up in the time and had, especially if you had both of these things, I highly suggest it. It's fun. It's dumb. It's not going to win any awards, but I do love it. Moon Knight number 16. Yes, Moon Knight number 16. Oh, this book is so good. It's so good. It's not just the Moon Knight fanboy part of me speaking. But Moon Knight is taking on a conclave of vampires, along with a pair of now vampire buddies. And yeah, it's fun. All of the personas are there. He's kind of gathered them all up, and made a deal with them. And yeah, it's just a really solid story. McKay's doing a great job. Parasomnia, The Dreaming God, number 3. So I talk about, like, whenever I get a bunny mask, which I believe also is by by Colin Bunn. I talk about how I have no idea what's going on, but for some reason I like it. Parasomnia, I have no idea what's going on, but it's not quite as enjoyable. I keep saying I need to go back and reread the original series and get caught up, and I could probably get there, but there's so much other stuff to read, and when it comes to, like, it's time to read something, either I can pull something off of, I don't know, like my Amazing SpiderMan stack that I'm reading through, or do I want to find the long box my Parasomnias are in, pull it out, and dig them out? Like, no, you know what, I'll just read from the stack of Spider-Mans. But eventually, at some point, I will do it. And then the stuff that I continue to buy will hopefully make sense. Did pick up a new limited series, which normally is something I'm trying to stay away from, but it is a Spider-Man limited series, so it gets a pass. Deadly Neighborhood Spider-Man. I'm not entirely sure what this is about. I'm guessing it's, it's supposed to be something that's like it's tying into the Halloween season or something. Maybe a spooky Spider-Man story. Looks like there's a big nasty bear there. I did pick up this variant cover just because I thought it was really cool. But it was just a normal variant. It wasn't like a special ratio variant or anything. Mindset number 4. I last time I got this, I talked about it quite a bit. The last issue that I got, I talked about it quite a bit in that episode of TGIW. So I won't do that again, but it's great. I love it. I think it's probably after Department of Truth, my favorite non-Marvel DC book. That's going on right now. It's fantastic. It makes you think about what you would do and wonder about what's going on. When you have a book about mind control, there's always the question, like, is who is and who isn't being mind controlled? That doesn't know that they're being mind controlled or not. It's weird stuff to think about. Sacrament number 3. This has also been great. I'm glad I picked this up. So basically, it's in the future. And technology rules, and for the most part, concepts of religion and any sort of mysticism has been completely rejected. There is a small piece of pockets of religion, and I think a lot of it's like made illegal. But in this world where all the concepts of religion have been rejected, a possession takes place. So they're scurrying to find someone that knows anything about religion to find someone who can perform an exorcism. And it doesn't go super great. But it's great story. Super fun, fantastic idea, and also implemented very well. And the last thing I got, Aquaman Andromeda, has also been great. It's kind of in the future. There is like some alien ship that has been found in the ocean, and a crew has been sent to investigate it. And it's sort of like it's being in the proximity of it is making their worst fears manifest or come true in some way. And Aquaman is there because it's the ocean. And he's doing Aquaman stuff. And Black Manta is there as well. He's interested in the ship. The namesake Andromeda is the ship that is like this experimental ship that like underwater ship, submarine submersible or whatever. The crew is going in to investigate the ship of unknown origins, but it's all underwater. Aquaman, right? But that's all. A really solid week. I'm looking forward to everything, mostly. Parasomnia is kind of the... not that it's bad, it's just... I just don't really remember what's going on. But everything else I'm super excited about. The Alien Predator books have been fun. Moon Knight has been great. Deadly Neighborhood Spider-Man I'm always excited for. A Spidey story Mindset, awesome. Sacraments has been great. Yeah, man, I can probably do it a little bit more than what I have done, but I really think I've done a good job of trimming things away and not picking up other stuff, so that every week is just really, really solid. A little bit smaller, which is also good for the pocketbook and just the sheer amount of reading, but more importantly, it's solid stuff. Also, I don't know, tis the season, I suppose. Like, if we're getting to Halloween season, I would consider, like, spooky books, right? I mean, Predator is based off a horror movie. Aliens is based off a horror movie, horror, sci-fi. Deadly Neighborhood Spider-Man, I'm guessing, is something supposed to be spooky. Sacrament, demons and whatnot. And Mindset, maybe not really a horror, but it very well could turn that way. And it is Vault. Vault is known for doing a lot of horror stuff. So, yeah, kind of a spooky set of books. Andromeda's got the skull on there. Man, Garbage Pail Kids got all spooky. They got your devil and your mummy and your vampire and your monsters. Moon Knight. It's the story's about vampires. Spooky. Parasomnia, I wish I could mention, but I don't really remember what it's about. It's not. It's definitely not horror. It's about, an alternate dream realm or whatever. It's not really horror. But anyway, ooh, spooky comic week. So that is it. Let me know your thoughts. There is one thing I was going to get, but decided against it. Actually, two things that I decided against it. I decided to be good. There was that Crypt of Shadows one-shot that I was really close to getting, but I was like, you know what? Don't need it. I'm sure it's great, but I don't need everything. And also the hardcover for Refrigerator Full of Heads, another couple spooky books. The follow-up to Basket Full of Heads. Because I had been getting all of that Hill House stuff in hardcover, and most of it's been great, but I decided to pass on that one, at least for now. I think something like that I can probably get for fairly cheap, maybe like, I don't know, later on down the line or something. But I did good in resisting things that I normally would have gotten, but didn't. So that may have saved me about at least $20, no more than that, probably like $30 right there. So getting better. It's still hard. Still have a real hard time doing it, resisting, but keeping in mind, like, I have so much already to read. I need to be able to, keep myself satisfied with new stuff, keep up with the stuff that I enjoy, and have enough time to get caught up on the stuff I've been collecting and reading that. But that's it. Let me know your thoughts. Like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. And, of course, don't forget to make yours Titan. This video was brought to you by Titan Comic Pressing. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Titan Comic Pressing LLC.